Three, two, one. We already started. Welcome, YouTube pipe smokers. Very happy to be here with you. I knew it was going to happen. Yes, I thought it was 10 p.m. Eastern, and I'm like, I'm on time. See, this is why I said 10:20 p.m. Eastern this morning during my Google Meet, which was a very nice Google Meet. And Cane Rod and Todd and Eddie and Barbed Wire Piper and Kilted Piper Steve. It was awesome to see you guys there. Thank you for being there. Let's see. We're going to do some blend reviews. Got some blends here, and all but two of them are new to me. Well, now all but three of them, because I did try one. They are from Texas Piper Eddie. So we're going to have to try some during the live. And we're going to do live reviews, because why not? You know, a lot of times people will do a video and do a review, and I do those, and I intend to do more of those, but why not review some tobaccos live with people? So I think it's going to be really good. I know it's going to be really good because it's smoking tobacco. And don't worry, you guys might be thinking, hey, you're going to bring out a big pipe and it's going to take you forever and you're not going to review very much. The shenanigans. Although I may smoke a big pipe, I do have little pipes so that I can do this. So I've got some smaller. Let's see if there's a really small pipe. Hope you're having a great evening. You know what? I'm going to smoke this tonight. Ooh, I cleaned this really good last time. I haven't used it much, but it's a pipe that's been used. It's the Yorkshire Deluxe. This is a pipe from either 1941 or 1942. So I'm ecstatic to own this. It's a bowl cap shape. And I'm going to enjoy using this for some of my blending testing. And I've got a Cobb Barbed Wire Piper. Welcome in, brother. It was great to have you with us today. Feel free later on, watch the first 2 minutes of this, because I thank you for being in the Google Meet. And thank you for being in the Google Meet. It was fun to have you, buddy. How is your evening going? I hope your day went well. Mine went well. I was ornery and lazy, and for the first time in a long time, I wasn't as lazy as my wife. But she works circles around me, and she got a lot done, and she still got to take a nap, so life was good. I take a nap, and I nothing gets done, so when I get up, I have to rush and do it all real quick. So that's a honed skill. You know, your parents say when we get home, you need to have this clean or that. So, yeah, I can't argue. Glad you're doing really good. Man, I got a couple of pipes here I was going to smoke, and I had to set them down for something earlier, and they have just enough tobacco left in the ash that I don't want to dump them out. So I'm going to set these down here where I can easily spill them later, because half the battle is accepting what happens. So we're gonna do some reviews. We're gonna do some reviews. When I get some more people in, I'm gonna hold up some tobaccos, have you guys pick what you'd like to hear reviewed, and we'll go through them. Texas Piper gave me a heck of a nice gift of samples, really great samples. And I only had two of them, and then I tried one today, and that was Peterson Jupiter, and it was awesome. Awesome Virginia blend, or Savinelli Jupiter, not Peterson. I didn't think that was right. Savinelli Jupiter. That is a really great blend. There's Virginia, and let's see. It strikes me as either a very calm vapor or just a Virginia, but I don't think it's just a Virginia. I think it's like Virginia and red Virginias. But the taste is great. It's mild. It's really, really good. And it's only been aged from June of 2020, which should be the sweet spot for some of those. When you get like to the press stuff, the roll cakes, other things, sometimes they take a longer time, sometimes 3 to 5 years to really nail the flavoring and the age. But this stuff seems like it did it. You know, I don't know how old it was when he got it, but it was good. But I gotta pick some pipes. I also have. Oh, we got a piper wondering. While you're smoking, even better. Hey, I have a Yorkshire Bull Cap, a Yorkshire Deluxe from 1941, possibly 42, but everywhere I've been able to verify, they said it's 1941. And I got this off of eBay a while back. So it's my oldest pipe. And it smokes like a dream. Ganjawana, how you doing, brother? I gotta get some different pipes out, guys. I gotta get some out. It's been a while, man. I got the little pipe pile going now. You know, you set them out on different shelves and stuff, or tables, and then eventually you kind of work them over to an organized pile. So I've got like 4 in that pile and 2 in that pile and 4 in that, and it gets messy. It's terrible. So I have to strain it up now. Oh man, we got Recovering Know-It-All. Welcome in. We've got RD. Welcome in. So that look MFRD. Man, it's great to have you guys. Always a pleasure. I'm going to share some smokes, do some reviews. I'll get some pipes picked out, 2 or 3 pipes, kind of small pipes, so we keep these reviews somewhat timely. Not that it matters too much for me, but I don't know if you guys want hour-long reviews of one tobacco blend at a time. We wouldn't get very far. I'm okay with whatever. But some of these pipes, I may use a small bowl of. You know, I have to show you this. Some of you guys haven't seen this. This is Mrs. All Briar'd Up's OMS Meerschaum. And in person, you can just on the back see a little bit of coloring. Not a lot, but it's barely been smoked. Oh, this is that one that does the... It's got that kind of lace look around the edge on the top. OMS makes killer pipes. Their Meerschaums, their Briar's are fantastic. This is a Dublin I got from them. You got to pick the band. And so I did a brass one. So I kind of felt the gold and black color went together well. And so I'm going to give hers a smoke just to give it a good warm up. She did smoke it the other day, which is awesome. But as some of you know, when you don't feel great or you can't really taste, you kind of want to save the tobacco sometimes for a day that you feel better. And I hate when that happens. I feel forced to do it. I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to smoke this. I don't care how I feel. And then I'm like, I'm not liking it, but I got to keep smoking it. Yeah, that's my conundrum. So 2 pipes I've got. I've got 3. Cool. So I've got this Joby Stromboli from Cloud Bear. Love this pipe. This pipe smokes so well. It's an estate. It didn't look like an estate when I got it at all. Smokes fantastic. Great pipe. And I've got my Molina Rhodesian from my wife for our 11-year anniversary. And it's a Rhodesian. And then we've got her OMS Meerschaum. So I'll start with those 3. And then if I have to, I will bust into the the pipe cabinet, not the tobacco. Gosh, if my tobacco cabinet was that size, I would be missing a lot of the tobaccos on this shelf. Anyone else smoking tonight? McBaron Scottish, awesome. Oh, the beard is beast mode. Thank you. I just killed a wildebeest out back, and it grew like 2 more inches. But thank you, buddy. Nightcap, very nice. Yes, I'm gonna be smoking with you guys. What's everybody you see? We got Nightcap for RD. Pipe Wondering has McBaron Scottish. I love the Scottish flakes. And then there was a Scottish, Black Irish X or Black Irish, whatever twist, Black Irish twist. That's what I'm trying to say. That stuff is very good. Anything with Irish in it is good. See, because I'm part Irish. And if you're not smoking, or you're going to smoke, or you're pausing for a minute, what are you drinking? If you've already had your last pipe of the day, you have the power to change that, and you can join us for your last pipe of the day. All right. So we're going to get this thing started. So I'm going to hold up a few blends, and you guys type in what you want me to do a review on. We're going to do a live review and go from there. I haven't had almost all of these. Okay. You got 1, 2, 3. We'll start with 2. And you know what they say, if you can't raise your blood sugar level, you may as well raise your nicotine level. Maybe that's what I say. I don't know. That sounds like one of those like Tim the Toolman Taylor thing. I don't know. That sounds like Red Green when he's like, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. All right. So the 3 options to choose from is Sutliff Sugar Bucket. That is one I've never had. Cornell and Deal Crooner. Believe it or not, that is another one I have not had. Your grandfather's nylon pipe, 6 days in a row after restored by Mouton. Awesome. And very appropriate. You've smoked it this week since he had his awesome auction the other night. Fantastic. And the third option is LJ Peretti Thanksgiving Day. So Sutliff Sugar Bucket, C&D Crooner, LJ Peretti Thanksgiving Day. So we can do 1, 2, 3. Just type in whatever gets the most votes. Then I will. Okay, you vote for Sugar Bucket. So we've got 1 vote for Sugar Bucket. I've never had that. I've had Sugar Barrel. thanks to Cane Rod, but I've never had Sugar Bucket. So my wife's watching a show, and I I got a message from one of my friends, and his name is it's
Probably wouldn't say.
I won't say it because it's online. I'll have to say it in a Google Meet or something. But it was hilarious to see. Go for one you've never had. I've never had either of these. I know sometimes people get stuck in or it seems like it trends, even if they don't communicate with one another. Ganjuana smoking Davidoff flake medallions in a Peterson Aaron. Man, I love Peterson Aarons. I do not have an Aaron, and they are gorgeous pipes, and I have almost bought one several times. So good for you. And Davidoff makes great tobaccos. I really like Davidoff blue mixture. Blue, green, and red, and Scottish mixture. All good. I really like the blue one the most. I smoked that one the fastest. Sharing my beard on a live brief. All right. Looks like since there's been a ton of Thanksgiving reviews, Thanksgiving Day reviews, and we have a vote for Sugar Bucket, and most of you have probably had Crooner. I don't know. A lot of people have had Crooner. I'm going to try Sugar Bucket. Yeah, I have not had them. I love when tobacco, even if it's a brown tobacco, if it's all one color, I love when it has different shades, all the way to like the little light colors to deep brown. I'm going to count to 3. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to grab one and smoke it. And you may or may not be still conscious when when I open my eyes. But that is, see if I can do this without spilling any. Beautiful. About the right moisture too. It's a little, I guess, on the moist side, just a little. But I don't mind. I'm not picky. It's RD. The color it gave you this time is like a dull lavender around your R. So I didn't know. Just glancing, I'm like, okay, who said this? I'm like, oh, it's RD. And then I'll do it again because I got used to you being green. And you were red forever and orange for a long time. This smells nice. It does not smell like other blends I've had, which is good because new experience. Evening, Grateful Dog. How you doing tonight? We're doing a review of Sutliff Sugar Bucket. Sugar Bucket. Sugar Bucket. That should not be a tongue twister, but for me it is. I'm just special that way. I have boxes of matches throughout the house. I have ones right over there. And I will put this one back up here when I'm done and use those again. Gentleman Jeremy. How you doing, Chris? Hope you're doing great. It was good to see you were live. I didn't get to be in it very long. I was in for... I always mess up time by like 20 minutes, but I think I was in for around 15. But I was not in there for very long because my phone died. And then we charged it, and we got to house sit Well, our own house, neighbor kids, while their folks ran and grabbed some late minute groceries. So that's what I did until about 15 minutes before this started. So it was very good. But it was good to see you do your live. You did look stiff. I don't mean it in any mean way. You did look a little stiff sitting down, though. That could cure it. This is something different in a good way, but it is different. It's a burley. It's a little bitey, just a little. I did scorch it, so I don't count that as the overall review. Just giving you guys direct feedback. Oh, thank you, buddy. It's called Restream.io. You just put it in, you just Google search Restream.io and you register, and that's it. There's no app. You just log in and you search it, log in, and you're good. And you can change the titles of your lives while you're in them. And Chris, it's been a while since I've seen you. So if you'd like to co-host, you're always welcome to as well. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I am on my laptop. My main computer I don't have hooked to internet, so, and I didn't have a camera, so I'm like, well, I'll just buy something cheap, see if it works, and it works. Lance in the house. How are you doing, Robert? Good to see you, buddy. We're doing some reviews this evening. We pull out 3 blends I have not had, and we do votes. And the vote was Sutliff Sugar Bucket of the 3 choices. It is burley. And it just has a very light bite. When you scorch it, it could punish you if you're sensitive to bite. If you're not very sensitive to bite, you still may notice it if you scorch it, but it goes away. Burley and pure cane sugar. There is a nice sweetness. It is interesting. I can see what you were saying. Well, I can't see it because I scrolled. Well, it automatically scrolled. I will look it up. Whoops, that's not what I'm doing. Don't you dare put me into any stupid videos I don't want to be into, you random generating stuff. Okay. So I could see Grateful Dog where you said you found the blend a bit boring. I think you worded that well. It tastes, I mean, you definitely get the earthiness. Heck yeah, man. I hope that Peterson Aaron treats you well because I've had luck. I have 3 Petersons. They're all great smokers, but I do know of people who've had Petersons that were not good smokers, but the same can be said for Savinellis and all sorts of other ones. Get you some sugar cane, boy. Oh, fantastic. I look forward to that, buddy. Yeah, this was a gift. By the way, the tobaccos we're doing reviews on were gifts from Texas Piper. We end up trading back and forth. That is one person whose mail ends up to him. And he mailed this, and it came a day early. Oh, and then we just get people. Awesome. I'm glad it is a good one for you. The Aaron always catches my eye, and it's just been one of those things I've just missed. Mon Claude, welcome in, brother. So this is Sutliff Sugar Bucket. It's a Burley blend. And it's not outstanding. It does have a very nice flavor, a warm, inviting flavor. It's kind of like an earthy Burley versus getting nuttiness from Burley. Oh, I got to do the retrohale, though. That helps, too. The retrohale is really decent. It's like a different one, but it's a good one. It's like lightly nutty and a little bit. There's like almost a light essence of like floral. I say essence because like you know what essence is, where it's like barely detectable, but you can tell it's there. When I did the retrohale, I did get more of the nuttiness. It was kind of missing for me. Like it just didn't stand out as much. Like I'm so used to using Granger and blends and getting the nuttiness right away. But this is nice. At first, the initial light for me was, well, I scorched it a little, and it was initially a little bit bitey for just a moment. And it didn't really have an outstanding flavor. It was kind of earthy, a little more than I thought. But yes, long live the retrohale. There are so many blends. So many times I forget to retrohale when I'm trying new blends. If I don't do a review, I forget the retrohale. So I'll smoke one like a week and then remember to do the retrohale. And then I'm like, I've wasted that retrohale experience. The whole week. Drives me nuts. But this one's pretty good. It's, what is it? It's almost like Burley Light without a bite. But there's a little something more to it in the actual Burley flavor that I do like. So this is rum Horatio. Yeah, Ganji. Yeah, I've been bitten by both, but most Burleys are kind to me. And most Virginias, as long as I don't scorch them, I don't really get a bite. Although one day I made like 6 blends easy and I smoked a whole lot of red Virginia. I was like, man, this is hitting the spot. Let's put a little bit of spice and nice flavor and all that stuff. And I have the high ground. That is a great one, Chris. This video sponsored by Retrohale. Retrohale. Because if you're not a retrohaler, you're a mouth breather. Breather. There we go. You're a mouth breather. Yeah. Gotta get down to the Batman level. And your sinuses and taste buds, if you don't retrohale, will be looking for the flavor like, where is he? That is what this reminds me of. There is definitely sugar in this. Well, thank you, Chris. Thank you for the material, buddy. It was all the setup. This to me is kind of like Burley Light without a bite. And Burley Light without a bite does actually give me a little bit of a bite. This one doesn't give me a bother. It gives me if I scorch it, but it doesn't after. And it reminds me of when I made a Burley Perique blend, the Drop Bear. Oh, we can hook it up, Robert. We can hook it up, buddy. When I was in high school, we did a speech. We did a radio speech. And we did Kermit the Frog and Bubba J. Rogers. Me and one of my friends came up with this. It was an interview of Kermit the Frog. And then we relived it like 5 years later, and it was hilarious. Wasn't as good as the, on the spot. This is Sutliff Sugar Bucket. Why? Just why? Bad tobacco commercial. I think so, Chris. Yeah, this is out of 5 stars. Flavor wise, I'd give this like a 2. And I mean, 5 stars have to be stellar. There have to be a lot of great things. Just that X factor that you're like, wow, this is a great blend. I can't explain it. So this is not very high. It does have some nice flavor. And you kind of get different smells as you smoke it. It changes. Temptation sold separately. Batteries not included. Adult assembly required. Sorry for that last one. I had to throw that in there. I had to. This reminds me of when I tried and scorched, like when my honey blend wasn't ready, the third attempt at it. And it gave the goopy tobacco, there was this flavor that was like, I don't know, almost like sugary water. Yeah, oh gosh, recovery. I used to do. Oh, I love that stuff, man. When I was doing videos last year, doing some of these videos, I made a few of those that had, in a world where Michael Jackson shops at Walmart, boys' pants half off. This summer, grab your children before he does. I'm just kidding. I do have respect for Michael Jackson. But this is not a bad tasting blend. It's just, it is one of Sutliff's. It is one of Sutliff's better ones compared to some of their aromatics. I'm not saying all of their aromatics. I'm saying, no, I'm thinking C and D. Never mind. Sutliff has some good. This is like sugar water. Like earthy sugar water. The aftertaste is not particularly pleasant, like down the road, down the bowl. It's earthy. As it gets more ashy, it kind of wants to bite, leaves a texture in your tongue, on the roof of your mouth and stuff. And the burley flavor kind of gets drowned out down the bowl. So it isn't a very good. This is one of those blends you smoke the top half and you dump the rest. But that top half has some great flavors. There you go. Oh, man, the punchline. The punchline is damn near cryptic. Press 1 for fantasy and horror. Press 2 for melodrama and post-apocalyptic. Featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Leave a message after the beep. No, Arnold, that's not the one. Son of a beep. Get your backy and get back. Get backy to the chopper. Uh-oh, Ganji. I didn't censor him. That's all I know. I'm sitting here with my hand on my armrest, my other hand on my pipe. Well, my wife's pipe. But so at the very end of this, the very, very end, this is crazy. I got to draw something. That's how crazy this is. All right. I got a pen somewhere. In a world where pens go missing, where that is my pen, my blend. I can't talk. Anyway, like the top half of the bowl is really good. The next quarter down isn't great, and then the very bottom is a little better. Get to the Tampa. Ah! I could say something really controversial. You know why they called the show He-Man? Masters of the Universe? Because if it was She-Man, it'd be Bastards of the Universe. Just saying. I'm just kidding. I've always liked to tease about switching that in my mind. I have the lighter. Wait, I didn't do it. I have the lighter. Both hands, I know. I remember back when cartoons, man, you had to be awake though. Like cartoons back then, if you were tired, they'd help you go to sleep. If you're awake enough to watch them, awesome. I was not making fun of Masters of the Universe. I was applying humor to modern day, utilizing the wonderful help of Masters of the Universe. He-Man, starring Bruce Jennifer. Good question. You know, at least Shiro was not a dog, because then it would be something else. His name is Bruce. Take my man card now. Oh, man. Yeah, the very end, the very last little bit is like this little golden pocket. But man, that third, fourth of this, I still give it like a 2. It's worth having once. Some people might really love to have a little bit around, couple ounces. If you sip it and do a lot of little puffs, then it's better. Oh yeah. She-Ra. They could have called it Sheba. That's a little different. I know. I'm just throwing out ideas. All right. Sugar Bucket is, yeah. I've had worse blends. And it is mouthwatering despite anything. It does have that factor where it kind of makes you want to go, I should smoke something. Something more, another bowl. Mm-hmm. You got it, Robert. A cigar? You don't say. You don't say, Jose. All right. For the next blind review. Well, blind review more or less. Blind drawing of a review. Blend. We have C&D Winchester. This will be, I'm just going to number them. This will be number 1. Number 2 is Byzantium. And number 3 is Jackknife Plug. C&D Winchester, C&D Byzantium, and GLP's Jackknife Plug. Sometimes they really hit the spot, Chris. Most of the time they do. So let me know what you guys would like a review on. I'll do a first time smoke with it. Number 3. Which one was number 3? Jackknife Plug was number 3. Byzantium is number 2. And Winchester is number 1. So we got a vote for Jackknife Plug. This has about maybe a minute. if even that. All right. Well, then it's 3 votes for Jackknife Plug. All right. And this is another one I have never had. I only had 2 of these blends starting when I saw what Eddie sent. 4 votes. All right, 5 votes. All right. And Nicholson. All right. We're going to get a pipe here. He's not quite that. I got to change it. I've never really done his. I've done hundreds of impressions. I've never done. I almost walked right into that one. I've never done Jack Nicholson. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Let's see. I haven't seen his movies for a long time. Last time I remember seeing him, I think it was Family Guy. They were doing something with his voice, and he was. It's a really creepy looking character. But it was awesome. All right, so I'm going to smoke this in my Joby Stromboli from Cloudbear. And I brought pipe cleaners because that's just what I have to do now. Oh, yeah. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Yes. The Shining. Shinier than Todd's head now. Just kidding, Todd. I just had to tease you, buddy. I need to cut these 3 jackknife with a jackknife to get to the chopper. Give me a jackknife, stat! We're going to jack this up with a knife. And then here comes Glenn. That's not a knife, you big dummy. This is a knife. In your web pipe. This is Joby Stromboli. I love that rustication. Look at that. Looks like obsidian. Awesome. Dude. Okay, so I got a good story about an enema. My wife is probably like, what are you talking about? So one time I went to a place I was previously employed, and they were not good guys. Like, they advertised that they hired people with physical issues or any kind of disabilities. And at the time, I could not walk very well. West Nile had messed up my legs. They hired me. They offered me a bunch of money. They offered me all this stuff, like, good pay for the work I did. They offered me lots of comforts with the job. They would accommodate everything. I was like, this is a dream job. And then they were just a-holes and lied about what they were going to pay and took a lot of stuff away. So, so after I had my talk with the boss, I was so close. On my way out, I almost said it loud enough for people to hear. Now, there was machinery and stuff running, so I kind of said it under my breath, but I almost wish I would have turned around and walked in and had a glove and was snapped it, just walked into the office of the boss, snapped a big arm-length glove and been like, who wants an enema? Come on. But I did not do it. But I sure wanted to. Somebody hit my matches. 860. Oh, this is the Joby Stromboli. I had never heard of it. I was this close, man. I swear I said it enough under my breath that I actually heard it vocalized, but wow. So this doesn't scorch easily. I should have tamped it a little sooner, but that's all right. The difference in flavor between this and the sugar bucket is very noticeable. I already did, Todd. But I didn't write top on this one. It's not an enema at all. Could you imagine? The doctor's like, Bendo, like Arnold's in there. He's like, yeah, one doctor was telling me I had this. One said I should get this checked. Then he said, check my thyroid. All the while, this doctor is like, bend over. Jackknife plug is really good. You guys are awesome. You're making all these like references that I like was talking with my wife and visiting people about today. I don't remember what we said about Obi-Wan. It wasn't like Obi-Wan spaghetti. It was something else. Oh gosh, yeah. No. We're not. But I don't need an enema. No. We're checking your prostate. Get it out now. He grips the table all hard and like dents it. Turns around, starts strangling the doctor. I can see it. Try to visualize your thoughts. It's got some red Virginia. I give another like, Dan Lopez, how are you doing, brother? I am on Tuesday and Saturday nights doing a live, buddy. It's just because I didn't take my time lighting it. But this tobacco, scorched, kind of tastes like a cigar. There we go. That's a good light. It's got red Virginias. Oh, we've been on for an hour, buddy. It's usually I usually start it at 10:20 p.m. Eastern because if I try to start it right at 10, we get phone calls or neighbors stop by. So I always say 10:20, but guaranteed between 10 and 11 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday and Saturday. Tuesdays are easier because right after my Google Meet is when I start the live. But I have been sending you invites to Google Meet. It's not a tumor. Not a tumor at all. Oh, did I miss a message? I'm sorry, Recover. Let me look. I may have missed one. I would like to tell you that Andy fought a good fight that night, but life in prison is not a fairy tale. Man, I can't do Morgan Freeman's voice as good as I thought I could. Oh, yeah, I got you, Dan. No, yeah, it used to be starting at 11 p.m. Eastern. That's true for quite a while. But I've had a few nights where I was just worn out, and so I wanted to try to do them as early as I can. That way, people that are Eastern time can join in if they're going to go to bed sooner. I catch them; they can see the live before they go to bed. The thing about Christopher Walken is, what, man, my impressions are off. I need to do more impressions. I used to be able to do Christopher Walken's pretty good. I need a line of his. If someone can type in a line of Christopher Walken, I can't recall it right now. Then I can see if I can do the voice to that. That'd be easier. I love his stuff. RD, I see what you did. Yeah, they used to go from 11 p.m. Eastern to sometimes 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern, easy. But we had a lot of family coming by, and then I had appointments, and so by that time at night, it was so Dan, what time is it for you now? I can't remember our time difference. Is it 10:22 or 11:22? I might be wrong. It's 9:22 for me, 11:22 Eastern. I'm really scared of marsupials because they're fast. That wasn't bad. I got to get my voice all the way back. I'm going to blame the cold switch from 70 degrees to 14 degrees. Oh, you are earlier. Okay. Chris, thank you for being here, brother. I hope you have a great evening. Good health to you and your family. Hope Zach's doing good. Say hi to everyone. Have a great night, brother. Yeah, there's red Virginias in this. I will look it up to confirm everything that's in it because I don't know. It's a very easy going, lightly spicy blend. Dark Fired Kentucky. I got the red Virginias. RT. Go make me a ring. Chris does dang good work, guys. My goodness. I love the ring he gave Everett. That is fantastic. The flavor of the day for me has been half English and half codger through the day, really. So Jackknife plug, because I did not know this, is Dark Fired Kentucky and Red Ripe Virginias. Deep earthy flavors. It's a Virginia Burley, deep earthy flavors, layered on a central core of golden flue cured. So it's a very, very good Virginia Burley. Being that it's dark fired, it gives that smokiness, and then you get that little almost like half peppery spice. It's a steady flavor that just keeps going through. The spice is like every few puffs. Very consistent through the whole blend. It's really good. Got it 16 years ago. And so right now, Dan, so I'm doing reviews, doing live reviews. I'm bringing up 3 tobaccos. Texas Piper generously sent me a gift of tobacco samples. So I hold up 3 samples, and then everybody can vote what they'd like to see. And I'll try it and give my first impressions, let people know how it is. So this one, so the first one I tried was Sutliff Sugar Bucket. That one, the first half was great. The third quarter was not great. It did make your mouth water. It was a burley blend, pretty much with sugar. He said with cane sugar, and I believe it. And then the last quarter was very good. But it's more of a sipper blend, just rapid little puffs. It's not fantastic. Ooh, with a punch. You do Dan Stout Vapor or some Mordor. That has awesome flavor following dinner. Meet Virginia. Warning, she may bite, but I may bite back. Honestly, for a Virginia blend. Oh no, Dan. I'm gonna have to get some more ingredients together, buddy. Dan, if you guys have not known, is one of basically my first supporter from the get-go. And he is responsible for the creation of Dan Stout Vapor, which is focused on Perique versus being focused on Virginia, which is fantastic. I don't blame you, Dan. Anytime I get a jar of that blended up, it does not last very long. Oh! But sometimes it gets a little too hot, Ganji, and then she gets excited, huh? That's the problem with Virginia. I don't know. Camera quality shouldn't be different. Is it a good different or a bad different or okay different? It could be a little different because we had a half a foot of snow and high winds. Maybe that came into play a bit. This, Robert, I will say if you get easily bitten by Virginia, this one would probably bite you. It is less bitey than Sugar Bucket, and it doesn't bite me. I know everyone's palate's different, and if you easily get bit, this one isn't as harsh as some Virginias. It's one of the more easier one. It's one of the easier ones on you. But red Virginia can be particularly bitey for some people, and this has red Virginia. So, but it has this constant nice flavor. Each puff is just the flavor. Oh, okay. Yeah. Bite wise, I'd say between very low and medium, like somewhere in there. For me, I'm not getting bite from it, but it's very nice. I've learned the difference pretty well now between red Virginia pepperiness compared to a little bit of Perique. And smoked slow, this is nice because it doesn't scorch easily. Oh, okay. This is less bitey than cube cut. This is like maybe a quarter as bitey as cube cut, maybe. If that's a good reference point for you, this is a whole lot less than that. It's like some kind of aromatics. I can tell there's chemicalness, even if it's one that doesn't bother me. I've been able to learn to kind of pick that out, so it makes it easier to refer people to blends by going, hey, this one will probably bother you if you can really notice, you may notice this or that. I think you would. It's for red Virginia, it's pretty gentle. And Kentucky is not typically bitey for me, even though it's burly. This is a very nice one, though. It's got a warm, comfortable feel to it. You don't get that heartburny sensation. Your mouth waters, got a little bit of spice, but it's very, very easy going. Just a nice, I don't want to say a light flavor. It's this consistent, good flavor, and then a little bit of spikes here and there in flavor. Very, very pleasant smoke. So on a scale of 1 to 5, now this would be one I would order. This is good. I would order this again and have at least 4 ounces around all the time. This is good. Oh, yeah, you're good, man. You don't have to worry about the bite then on this. Very, very good flavor. I would give this a solid 3.5. Which is pretty good because I hold tobaccos to high standards, so to get a 5 is got to be remarkable. Oh, I could see that, RD. I've had some of everything. I've had some that's tasted everywhere from a little bit bready to sourdough, to hay, to grassy, to citrusy. And this is just really nice. It's just really nice. Yeah, burly. That's right, burly. This one is just a really nice, calm smoke. And I noticed early on after the light, smelling it a little bit in the air on its way up to be part of the room note. Got a very nice smell to it. Mon Claude, thanks for being here, brother. Take good care. Have a great night. God bless you and your family. Yeah, the dark Briar'd is in the aroma. It's awesome. Just enough burley to appreciate it in that Kentucky. So this is a winner. Very mouth-watering, and you're not left with any weird taste. True. Especially Lane 1Q aged. Now I've got some Captain Black Royal that's aging. I want to get it to a year so I can compare it to Lane 1Q, but Lane 1Q is like cocoa and chocolate when it's aged over a year. And that sounds good, Dan. I can't remember if I said this out loud or just in my head, but yeah, that sounded good, buddy. Gotta love Perique, man. Well put, Dan. There are some burleys that are phenomenal. Like that J4 burley, that is amazing. Very easy on the user. You could smoke that constantly through the day and not get bite or irritation. Oh, I'm jealous recovering. So I'm thinking of starting something different with one of the weekly lives. I don't know if it'll be Tuesday or Saturday. I'll do it. I was thinking for a while, I'm like, man, I got more energy Tuesday nights. And then turns out tonight I have more energy than I had Tuesday night. But we're gonna have to throw some sort of easy competition for the viewers and a chance to win something in there. Tuesday lives are about the time I start the Saturdays. Usually I try to start them as close to 10 p.m. Eastern as I can. Sometimes they're always between 10 and 11 p.m. Eastern that they start. The reason I say that is Saturdays get busy, so sometimes I can't start right away at 10 Eastern. Like tonight, I think I started at 10:25 Eastern. And Tuesdays, that man, tumultuous Tuesday Google Meet is at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes that goes a little over, and I just allow it because they're a blast to be in. For me, it's 9:40 my time p.m., which is 11:40 Eastern time. Oh no, Dan. I love Lane 1Q on its own. I mostly like it aged for the blending. I love it fresh as it is. I love that. But when I need a blend with where I want a little more chocolatey note or a little more of that cocoa kind of feel and taste to it, I prefer the aged for blending, but I just on its own as its own blend, I do prefer it fresh. Oh, cool. Recovering. Yes. Okay. So if it's 9:40 for you, then 10 p.m. Eastern is 8 your time. So Tumultuous Tuesday, your time is at 6 p.m. every Tuesday evening, unless something comes up. But it's pretty good. I think I only missed 2 in quite a while of doing them. Yeah, I agree with you, Robert. Fresh out of the tin or the bag or whatever. Fantastic. And I think I forgot to mention, but I did catch your awesome phrasing, Ganji, about your 3-course meal of Virginia's, by the way. I thought that was awesome. Oh, I got you recovering. Well, just so you know, if you get home and you're wondering if I'm not live on Tuesday, like if my live's not up yet, then it's still going. You're always welcome to join in because it usually goes till 8 or 9. So a lot of times it goes closer to 9. You're always welcome to join in anytime, buddy. We had Carl, Olivewood Piper join in, smoking cardboard. This morning we had Cane Rod join for the early morning smokes. So Saturday mornings, I do morning pipe and coffee. And typically they start at 7 your time, sometimes at 8. It just depends on how well my brain's functioning that day. But so far, I think we've done it about almost 2 months now. So we'll say 2 months. Out of 8, I had to move 1 to Sunday morning, and I had to miss 1 because every day is a new day. So I might sleep like last night. I slept great and woke up great, and it ended up being at 8 today. Sometimes I wake up at 4 in the morning, and I'm steadied out enough, epilepsy wise. The meeting's not a big deal. That'd be cool because I love the morning pipe ones. If I'm up and I'm doing well that morning and I can join them, I love them. I like seeing like Eric Weaver's, but I never know when his are gonna be, and I usually get the notification too late. So if you schedule one, I'll try. I'll be happy to try to be there, buddy. And I'll make a video shouting them out. So when you're sure about the times you want to do a live or meetings or something, let me know. I'll write it down and I'll make a video and help get some people involved there, buddy. And I'm glad you learn a lot from us, man. I learned so much from being in the YTPC. I had no idea about anything, and then I just jumped in, and it's been awesome. And it's been great to learn something because a lot of times you stagnate. Gotcha. Oh, I see. Yeah, Jackknife Plug is a winner. I'm good with, I'd say like 3.75, almost 4. Solid 3.5 easy out of 5. But I would say this just has really good flavor that keeps going. Oh man, Robert, great to have you with us, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you for being in our meetings and in the lives. Thanks for the content you put out. Always enjoy smoking with you and chatting. So take good care and be well, buddy. Yeah, it's only a couple months old. I keep feeling like I started 2 weeks ago, but usually about 2 or 3 days a week I wake up early. Typically Saturdays it works. So that's why I put it Saturday mornings, because typically that morning works. And we share a pipe and coffee and life is good. And that usually goes till 8 or 9. So it's usually 2 or 3 hours. So mine's at 7, which is 9 Eastern. Sometimes if I'm not doing great early, then I started at 8. But I send the invites and I usually post a video announcement quick that says it's open, just to let people know. I send the invites out right as I'm going to start it. But like I said, 6 out of 8 times has been 7 o'clock. One time was like, I woke up at 3:40 one day, but 7 o'clock and then 8 if it's a different morning. I just can't predict them. Oh, it's it's pretty loose. It was kind of ready rubbed out a little bit for me by Eddie, and I didn't crumple it very much. I just kind of packed it and called it good. And this isn't even a big draw either, like big draft hole or anything. I didn't pack it the greatest. It was halfway well packed. I forgot too, with this pipe, I can usually cram tobacco in pretty well, but I've never had jackknife plugs, so I didn't know how I was going to pack it. Yeah, it's drawing pretty good. Onion, how are you doing, brother? Tamp didn't slow down and it got better. Yeah, and it is actually pretty good smoke despite my lousy load. Very tasty all the way into the ash. It just gets a little bit spicier, but it's always welcome. Smoking some GLP's jackknife plug. Onion, we're doing some reviews as the evening goes. But that is right, Dan. As long as it's a good smoke. This is pretty good. This turned out better than when I've packed it in the past and just kind of tolerated it through the blend. Real good, buddy. Today was a great day. I did my morning Google Meet. I started it at 10 a.m. Eastern. I usually go for 9 a.m. Eastern. But I slept great, woke up in time for that. And it's just been a good day, man. I was cooking supper. The worst part of the day was just when I had that heat rising up from the stove, because that can trigger staring seizures. So I just backed away, and luckily I didn't go into one. So that was good. Had a couple of warnings about it and backed off. And other than that, it's been a really great day. A lot of good energy. It was cold as heck today, and great day to be in. My garage has a new roof on it. It's got a new front garage door on it. We are just about done cleaning out the inside, getting cabinets and stuff unscrewed from the wall, you know. We're going to have an electrician go in and put outlets everywhere. We're going to have it set up for 220 so we can get back to some woodworking and painting. And we'll get it insulated. We're going to put a ceiling on. We're going to put insulation in the ceiling as well. And we're going to have 2 sets of lighting. So if my dad's in there working on stuff for fun and I'm not there, he can have the bright lights that would normally bother me. And then when I'm in there, I can have the other lights that wouldn't bother me as much. So hopefully before winter really hits, we'll have it finished and we can be possibly within the next month. We'll be hanging out in there. We're going to have a new background for some of the videos. We're gonna deluxe that stinking garage. We're gonna bleach the floor, pressure wash it. We're gonna have it all taken care of. Stuff's almost done being cleaned out. I can get back to working on pipes because I do want to make pipes. And I'm looking forward to a warm place to smoke during winter. It's hard for me to be outside. A lot of it's because the sun. Today it's because the cold. So if I can be 5 feet outside the house in a warm garage, oh, it's going to be good, man. At Target, I got a couple of these 6-foot shelves. They had a heck of a deal, so I got 2 of them a couple months ago, and they're still in the boxes, which is great because I can put those in the shop. We're going to put easy chairs in the shop. We're going to have lots of stuff in there. Yeah, it's going to be great because there's a lot of things I've had to put on hold because of how outside is. You know, my dad's shop is just a tin building. So I either get overheated or I get too cold. And it's very difficult to get caught up on tampers I want to send to people. And you know, it's difficult to sand when you're inside when you don't want to put sawdust in your house. Man, this blend smokes for a long time. This is a great blend. If you have not had GLP's Jackknife Plug, I do recommend it. Very tasty. The Red Virginias are kind to you. It's Red Virginia and Kentucky. Very, very good. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Truly, guys, it's something I'm really looking forward to. I miss, I grew up in the shop. I mean, if my dad and grandpa were out there chatting, I'd fall asleep in tractor tires stacked up. I'd sit in them as a chair and just doze off leaning against the building door. And I mean, even at home when I was really young, we'd work in my dad's garage. And just being around that was really good for me. So I'm excited about this. It's going to be awesome. You guys will get new scenery. I mean, this will still be here, but we're going to have a pipe cabinet that everything closes. We're going to have so I'm nice shelving for most of my pipes. I'm going to have some of my, like I have jars where I have 4 jars of tobacco, so I'll keep one inside and then cellar some out there. We're going to have, we've already got a shelf deal set up ready for pipes with stains on them to dry. I mean, we're right there. My dad's got stains. We've got acrylic paints. I used to paint a lot, and I was pretty good at it. We're going to have a really, really flat, smooth desk for art. My wife is really good at drawing and wants to get back into that. It's just going to be everything we want to do all in one place. Sunday a.m. or tomorrow, at 8 our time, 9. Well, do you mean 8 or 9 Eastern? If it's 8 our time, it'll be 10 Eastern. It's 2 hours. This is great. You don't even taste the ash at the end. That is fantastic. The retrohale's very good. I should have done more retrohale to get a really good feel for it, but it's really good. So that jackknife plug, fantastic. Fantastic. Very nice. Easy smoke. Not in your face too much flavor. Mouth watering, just nice taste. 8 or 9 Eastern. Okay, so 6 or 7 our time. I got you. Sounds good. I will be at the ones I can be at. I will do my best to be there. I just can't, some nights, like a few nights ago, man, I had a night I would never want to relive it. I must have had a bunch of seizures in my sleep because it took forever to get my brain steadied out for the day. Took a long time, took into the afternoon, and that was a drag. So today was a really great breath of fresh air. Oh man, that was good. That's one of those blends you smoke and you like cannot wait to get back into it. Oh man, you could do, if it's Wednesday, you could try to do something with a W in it. So you could do like Wacky Wednesday or Midweek Briar, or let's see, or Wipeout Wednesday, because some people feel wiped out from the work week already by Wednesday. I used to do Saturday Shenanigans was my Saturday live in the evening, and then Saturdays were just not working for a lot of people, and then it wasn't working for us. So or the Google Meet. So that's why it got moved to Tuesday. And so I had to find something. I searched through a lot of words to find tumultuous. All right. On to the next review. And let's see. All right. One sample. Throwing things. Okay. So up next for review, and we'll number these in the order they come up. We'll just start with 1. So review option number 1 is C&D Comfort. 2 is C&D Plantation Evening. And then 3 is Sutliff Buttered Rum. So C&D Comfort, C&D Plantation Evening, and Sutliff Buttered Rum. there you go, Recover. And the next blend will be smoked in my 11-year anniversary to my wife. And it's Molina. And yeah, gosh. 12 years now. My wife knows I'm looking at her. She turned her head this way. I think she's actually, she's playing like staring contest with the cat. All right, so we've got a vote for comfort. Well, that'll be cool, man, if you do a live. I'm excited for that. Okay, thank you, Dan. I will keep that in mind, buddy. That will be one that gets put in my treasure chest of gifts from the YTPC members. And I'll keep it kind of away, so occasionally when I think of it, I'll smoke it. I'll take it slow with that one then. Fountain pen or pipe channels. Yeah, mine are mostly pipe channels, that's for sure. I don't have very many non-pipe related things. All right, well, I will go ahead and give C&D Comfort a review. And then I will, maybe I'll do a smoke a plantation evening anyway and just take it real slow. That one may get the bigger pipe because I really want to experience the whole thing in a big bowl and really get the whole feel for it as best I can. Well, this smells chocolatey. It smells good. This might be one that Mabu ends up liking too. If you're a nerd. They are cool. I was thinking of them the other day, actually, because we found an old one in our garage that's just dang near beyond repair. And it reminded me of when I found a pen that my grandpa had from World War II. They had these Japanese pens, and they came with paper rolled around the ink so you could tear off a piece of paper and write a note down. They're awesome. I'm like, that's what they need to do. Is make more pens like that. But, you know, now they want you to buy notebooks so they're easy to lose. Because I refine pens better than I refine notebooks. Ooh. I enjoy Latakia. I love Perique, love Turkish, and enjoy many Virginias as well. That sounds good. I think I packed this one a little tight, so I'm just going to loosen up the stuff by the draft hole a little bit. Getting squeaky pipes today. Well, really this evening. I didn't even have them today and they're pretty clean. I know I cleaned this one out. I did smoke it earlier, but one smoke it shouldn't need cleaned out as much as, yeah, I'm not even getting that much on the cleaner. All right. This is C&D Comfort. I hope it is a good one for smelling. It smells chocolatey, but it doesn't smell like there's too much topping on it or anything. All right, recovering. I'll watch as soon as I'm up. I'll take a look to see if you're live, buddy. And I'll make a video in a little bit, let people know. 8 or 9 Eastern to watch for your live. I'm getting whistles like crazy tonight. There we go. You have a wonderful evening, brother. Nice, Dan. Almost a scorch light, but I did not scorch it. I'm pretty pleased. This is very good. C&D Comfort. I'm going to see what's in it. Seems like there's some Burleys. Yep, okay. Perique, bright Virginias with a touch of cube cut Burley and black Cavendish for a smooth, slow burning smoke. So the blend type is categorized as a vapor. So it's a vapor, but you can taste the Burley. The retrohale is really good. First retrohale I did was almost harsh because I just got a little bit hot right before it. But nice slow retrohale is very good. You get the nuttiness, almost a hint of chocolate, so that's really great with it. This is a well done blend. They go together very well, the components. It actually is. I'm not flipping you off. I'm moving to get this finger to smooth out the blend, okay? This is one of C&D's much better blends. They need more like this. With the Burley and the Virginia, taking it slowly is encouraged and very rewarding. But if you don't take it particularly slowly, it's still very good. Very mouth-watering. So my favorite thing, I've said it before, is to sip a little bit, do a retrohale, and then do little puffs and breathe in your nose to get the full effect. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Blend-wise, the fact that it works this well together, tastes great. There's some complexities to it. You get all the flavors in it. You taste the tobacco. And C&D's best blends are the ones you can taste the tobacco. And easily 4-star. It's getting better now as it goes. Easily, objectively 4-star. Great amount of flavor, a little bit of sweetness coming in. Just a little. Not really, doesn't really taste like there's a topping. Not getting a chemical pickup. If there's any kind of chemical in it, maybe it could be like just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of like chocolate. But Cavendish and Burley can create that too. But this is very pleasant. It does not taste like a topped aromatic. Very, very good. Excellent. For myself, I'd give this like somewhere like 4.25 out of 5 stars. A lot of flavor. They need more blends like this. This is perfect. They need to do this more. I know you guys are, probably like me, where you taste a lot of C&D aromatics and it's like cookie cutter blend. They make 30 of them. They put a flavoring on each one that's different. They sell them as a separate blend. And you rarely taste the base blend, and it's ruined by chemical. This smokes to a very fine, very, very fine white ash. Awesome. Thanks for being with us, Onion. Have a wonderful night. Hope you feel good. Hope you have a great week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good health be with you and your family. You're always in our thoughts and prayers, so keep being you, buddy. That's all I can say. Keep being you. Thank you, buddy. This is killer. This is man, you sip it and breathe in through your nose, and it's such a great smell. This is just awesome. And then out of nowhere, here comes the sweetness picking up a little more. Absolutely perfect. Get a little bit of that spice, that warmth in the nose. Man. They did a great job with this. Very true, Dan. And I've only been smoking about 3 years. And yeah, when I see they have a C&D sale, I glance at it sometimes, but I don't really pick any up because I've had so many of their blends disappoint me, but this is a great one. Comfort was a very fitting name for this. There's a lot of sweetness in the smoke coming up too. But it's light enough. It's there to be appreciated. It's light enough to not be overwhelming. So their blending was spot on. He called out, well, that's good because most of their blends could be this good. I mean that in the best of ways. I've had some C&D blends are some of my favorite blends. San Sepulcro, Sun Bear are way up there for me. A lot of their small batches are fantastic. This is a great job they did. If they did more of their blends like this, they'd be very hard to compete with. And not just particularly this blend because I do love those components, but if you could get a blend this quality more times than they do, I'm excited for it, buddy. That is next. That is next. And it's going to go. Did I leave my pipe? I got an olive wood pipe from Olive Wood Piper. And I get, oh, it's right here. And I get flavors from that blend or from that pipe out of blends that I don't usually get. Yeah, just Comfort. C&D Comfort. I know, I was looking for another name. Or another word in the name. Oh, I don't think I've shown you, Dan. This is my olive wood pipe. And I love especially the bottom of the stem. Or bottom, yeah, of the stem. Olive Wood Piper makes phenomenal pipes. Great smoking pipes. Very, very reasonably priced for what you get in a smoke. I've only needed to run a pipe cleaner in this once, and I've smoked well over a dozen bowls in it already. I've only had it for less than a week. About a week maybe. It's wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, he made this one a little bit bigger. He knew I like big pipes. And he said they do darken over time. He knew I liked Dublins and Calabashes, so he incorporated both of those into the shape. But it jumped its way up to the top. One of the best smoking pipes I've ever had. And he's in season right now making pipes. When it gets warmer, it gets too hot for him in his shop to make pipes, so he makes them for a few months of the year. And he just started his season. And great pipes. and it's just olive wood piper. That's it. His name's Carl. He's a great guy. He's been in a couple Google Meets, and a pleasure to chat with, a pleasure to listen to. Oh, cool. Man, this blend makes you slow down and just appreciate every pass of the smoke past your lips. Awesome. Great to have you, RD. Have a good night's sleep. Enjoy your Sunday. Have a great week, brother. Always a pleasure. This is one of those blends, this C&D Comfort, you just want to bask in the smoke. It is awesome. I know I've said that a lot, but it is a stand. It stands above a lot of blends I've had. You know those top 5 you have that are actually like 30 or 40 blends? This is somewhere in there. Great flavor. Great blending job. I applaud C&D for doing this kind of a job. It's got some hints that are similar to Prince Albert. It's not all like Prince Albert, but there's a base kind of taste in there. A little bit like Prince Albert, and a lot of similarities in there. And then it tastes a little bit more chocolatey or cocoa-y than Prince Albert. It's very good and very easy on the tongue. And when you get the retrohale just perfectly, a whole nother level. Wow. So what are you guys smoking now? He said best and my favorite English pipe. I appreciate that. I did see that. I don't think I responded to it, but I appreciate that. So far, this has been great with everything, but I've smoked a lot of Englishes in this. It's been awesome. That's true. I was so blessed early on. I was provided some great tobaccos to try. But yeah, once I got my palate more developed and I've been able to pick things out and been able to experience things, that's the biggest thing, is the experience. Learning what components can do and what effects they may have or what tastes or whatever. It's just a book that, it never ends. It just keeps going and going. You turn the page and there's something else you learn. Every day, even if you don't recognize it, you learn something from what you're smoking, even if it's something you've had a lot for a long time. So I've noticed as time's gone on, when I do those reviews, I absolutely am extremely critical and try to give, the objective version and my personal version. This is one of my favorites. And like you said, yeah, I called everything my favorites, but this one is. It's when you think it's going to be too much for your tongue, it just goes mouth-watering and it's great. It's it tastes like something I blended. Very good. So, what did you end up smoking, Dan? I don't know if you said and I missed it or I caught it and responded. I just can't recall. Was it the one you talked about? You said the one that checked the boxes. You had the three, I think it was three components. Because that sounded good. Night Train. Is that a C&D one? Sounds like it'd be like C&D Night Train or okay. Burley. Okay. I remembered the Virginia and the Perique. I did not remember the Burley. Do you know when you're gonna do a live again? Oh, nice. Yeah, that one I tried. The well, that is the one I'm doing, I guess. This Comfort, if it's anything like that, I would sell her the heck out of it. This is jar worthy. This would be one to sell her and keep around. They did a really good job. Yeah, and I suppose I should have sent out. I think I did an announcement video. I know it's so easy to miss a video here and there. I should have sent out more announcements mentioning the time change. But it was a couple of people saying, "Hey, man, I love your lives, but they start a little late, so sometimes I'd miss them. I'd miss the interaction with some of the people." So I try to go for early, so if it doesn't work out in time, it's still back to that original 11 Eastern. But this is pretty good. And I'm not getting any much bite to really speak of. I am getting just the tiniest little bit in the front middle of my tongue. And I think it's from the cube cut. But Virginia's and Burley and Cavendish together can be bitey. This has all three, so I will say it is very light on the bite for having those components. And it hits a little and goes away. More of a tickle than anything. And I'm sure with being cellared, that'll help with that. And this is from March of 2020. Oh yeah, you mentioned that to me, I believe. And we could always do, if you'd be up for it, we could always co-host one on here. I could get you an invite. And you could be in next to where my picture is. We could both be in here and share it together if you'd like. Or if you want to do your own live, that's good too. Either way, man. And your pickaxe. Man, those pipes are so appealing. I've been looking at those a little bit off and on the last couple months, especially. And I saw one the other day that just blew my mind. Now, it wasn't my style because the stem or the shank was way too long and too thin for me to be comfortable with it. Because I'd be nervous that I'd crack it or break it or do something. But it was a gorgeous pipe. It was like red and black. The smooth areas were red. It was beautiful. Well, and this setup's really cool. I just send you an email link, just like Google Meet. You get a link, click it, and it'll ask you for your camera and speaker access, but it doesn't keep that. Anytime you join in, it just puts you in a live. I've got it set to show on YouTube, and it's just for restream. Oh, it's showing up now, Ganji. But you allow it access. It's only for that time while you're in here. Once you leave, it takes away that permission, which I love. It's only for temporary time, so it's fantastic. But it's exactly like Google Meet otherwise. Oh. Oh, yeah, it should have, because the sweet spot for some of them is 3 years and some is 5 years. So 6 years, I can only imagine. This is from April of this year. But let me know, buddy. If you decide a date and time, let me know. And I'd be glad to post an announcement and share a pipe with you. This is another one. As much ash as there is, you can't even taste it. And it's some of the finest white ash I've ever seen. Well, I'm gonna load some of the. Oh, have you had this? Savinelli Jupiter. I tried during the morning Google Meet. That is wonderful. Ooh, that sounds awesome though, man. I gotta share with you. I've got a blend that would knock your socks off. It's my own all Virginia blend. It's my favorite all Virginia blend by far. It's got New Minster Superior Flake, Sutliff Virginia, Carolina Red Flake, and Gaworth and Hogarth Kendall Gold Virginias. It is flavorful and wonderful and easy on you. And it is such a wonderful, wonderful blend. My problem is I'm low on Superior Flake. Man, that was absolutely one of the best bowls I've had. One of the most enjoyable. Oh, yeah. So I got to try a nice big bowl of Plantation Evening. There's a whole lot of wonderful smell coming out of this blend. You can tell there's complexity just in the smell of the blend. That is very true, Dan. That is Sutliff Virginia Slices is very versatile. It's like right in the middle of being grassy and citrusy. And you can get amazing stuff out of blends with that. And it's great on its own, like you said. That is Ganjuana's #1 smoked blend. And it is special. It is special. And I loaded this perfectly. Perfect. Boy, ain't that one of the smoothest blends. It's going to take a second light. So far, that is incredibly smooth. It's very soothing to my tongue after everything I've smoked. Oh, man. Yeah, you do, Ganchi. Wow. So this is like cool, smooth, like buttery smooth. I mean, this is freaking 5-star blend. Ooh, great retrohale. Great retrohale. Wow. Have mercy. How they did that with the Latakia. Goodness gracious. I'm going to jar that either tonight or in the morning. I've got jars right here ready. I just want to wash them out. Because I haven't, I've taken them out of the container or the box and put them there. I've got 6 little jars right there waiting. That is a treasure. That is a treasure. You kind of get some of the similar taste in one of the plum puddings. In bourbon barrel aged, there's a little bit of taste of that Latakia. Dingus, how you doing, brother? I found a 5-star blend, man, which is hard for me to find, which has to tick every box perfectly and have an X factor that you can't explain. It's that good. And it's by C&D. Plantation Evening. Good Lord. It reminds you a little bit of a plum pudding one. He did. I mean, this is a solid, probably 4 ounce, something like that. Maybe 3, but still very generous. That is incredible. The perfect amount of Latakia. This reminds me a little bit of Throgmorton's Cellar with how smooth it is. Just that type of taste. Absolutely wonderful. We've been doing some live reviews, brother. We've covered Sutliff's Sugar Bucket, which is like sugar water and earthiness. You're a bit tipsy. Tried some, was it C&D Comfort? Yeah. C&D Comfort is really good. And we tried Jackknife Plug, which was very good as well. That is beyond delightful. I can't get over the retrohale, man. Peppermint mocha. That doesn't even, to me, that sounds like that'd be hard to do. Peppermint mocha. I've made a mocha tasting blend. I've never done anything to taste like peppermint or added anything. It sounds like there's potential in it, but I imagine it being difficult to pull off in the tobacco. Apparently, Sutliff did not nail it. This is truly like a plum pudding with like Throgmorton Cellar, man. It's fantastic. Oh my gosh, Dingus. This is heavenly. It is. Oh, okay. I've never had Syrian Latakia, so I can't for myself compare it. But if it was anything like this, I can see why it was so sought after and still is. What a wonderful Latakia. Whatever this is, maybe, I don't know if it's got Syrian in it. I just don't know, but man, it is amazing. This was the right pipe to put it in. And look at this ash. White, fine ash. No. I'm saying, I agree with you. I'm saying, for one, I would make a good one, or I wouldn't make it ever again. I'm not saying approach that like buy that. I'm saying like me. Me blend it. You might have, Dingus, actually. I've got it in here under some other boxes. I'll go through that again tomorrow. I'm trying to go through those very slowly so I can give them my full attention. This is fantastic. Found some great C&D blends, though. You found a bad Sutliff one. I found some good C&D ones. That Comfort is amazing. Very, very pleasant. Man. Mouth-watering blends this evening. Who got grape? You did call it, Dan. You Danimal. Just wonderful. Just wonderful. This is a Nirvana smoke, man. I just feel so dang good. I mean, just comforting beyond belief. I wish I had started pipe smoking early on. Yes, he is Dingus. You're right. That's his whole. What do they call it? That's his shtick. Funny trying not to be funny. Oh, Dingus. Tomorrow morning at 8 or 9 Eastern, Recovering Know-It-All is going to go live. This is C&D Plantation Evening. One of the best tasting latakias. My goodness. Smooth, creamy. Oh, I was like, what is? Borderline, isn't it? Well, plantations exist. Yeah, out of production, which is a damn shame. This would be a blend you order 4 pounds of. Sell her as much as you can is what it would be. Well, you don't have to be functional. Just turn on your phone and go back to sleep. Amen, Ganji. And you know what's crazy? You know the biggest slavery going on right now is white females. Through sex trafficking. And slavery and things like that started. That stuff's been going on for thousands of years. Yes, Dan. And I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that many races have been under the thumb. And that is true, Ganji. And all you're going to hear on the news is how great China is. And I would not want to be there. Did everybody forget about the genocide of the Jews that was taking place? But it's insane. It happens everywhere. And when you get a Karen involved, they focus on one thing and then blame another all the time. And it isn't you or I or anybody that says plantation evening is racist that the harm is being done to. The harm in going around saying you're accusing everybody of being racist is just holding back progress being made on ending it. You got it. You got it. And it's a crying shame. You know, I don't hear anything very dang often about the news covering anything about the girls found dead in suitcases. They're starved, they're drugged, and they're laid in suitcases and sold and shipped. That ought to be all over the damn news. But it's not. Yep. They don't want you to know anything about it. They want to just it's just like if they were to address the flu, there's 12 new strains of flu every year. But for COVID, every strain that comes out, we're going to hear about it. We're going to be doesn't matter if you weren't vaccinated, if you were triple vaccinated, if you had it and are now immune to it, you're still encouraged to stay inside, hunker down for the dark winter, and sit down and shut up and be out of their way while they control how you live. Absolutely, Ganji, you're right. Yeah, you're right. They're too dingus. And this, you must get this and must get that. It's give me a break. Oh, they've been working on this a long, long, long time. I mean, we have a certain individual claiming to be something he's not, has a track record of screwing the American people. I agree, dingus. You bet we are, Dan. You bet we are. And the people here, I just have to say, shame on the people in the States who have never visited other countries under those dictatorships for bad mouthing us and going, oh, it should be better here. Americans need to do this and that and this and that. We're the last truly free place. No, I don't care what anybody says. The last truly free place, and we're we got to fight for it, but we've done it in the past. And then you get the lifetime career politicians that seem to live to 120. And even when nobody votes for them, they just magically keep their place. That's pretty handy. Hold on, buddy. Very true, Dan. Hang on, Dingus. I'm trying to recall how. Oh, I remember how. Hold on. It's in your email, buddy. Hey, I'm not reading that chat. Well, Dan, you've never I know this is random now, but you've never steered me wrong on a good tobacco. This is fantastic. And I still have like third of a bowl left, roughly. Close to a half, but it depends on how it burns at the end. Ideally, it'll burn even through the ash, and then that'll be... So in that aspect, it's around halfway. But if it doesn't, if it gets to the ash and just stops and then I can't get it going again, then it's a little less. Some dang nice tobaccos. And the after party tobaccos with over a pipe, those were awesome too. Hey, one of these days, Dingus, we ought to do a live, and I'll title it Live from the Bathroom with Dingus. Just be sure and get a good angle. Smart palettes know what's good. I don't know why I thought that said smartphones, and so I was laughing to myself, but thank you very much. And right back at you, because you have a very smart palate, because you know what quality tobacco is. Yeah, let's get some trolls in to see what happens. Well, you don't have to be using the bathroom. You could always put the seat down and sit on it and imply that you're using the bathroom. That'd be funny as heck, and you don't have to say anything about it, you know. Just pretend like it's not even happening. Casually join in for a little bit, and then, you know, whenever you're done, I'll pop you out of the screen so you can take care of yourself. I'm not gonna make you actually be using the bathroom. That'll have to be bonus content. That's for the people with subscriptions. Give a grunt here and there, but ignore that you're in the bathroom. Can't be that difficult, Dan. Well, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. I hope any of the reviews helped you guys, but I was very fortunate that all of these were great blends. Even the sugar bucket was pretty nice. None of these were blends that hit 1 star, and that's a good thing. But it's been a very delicious evening. Mabu's ready for bed. I'm going to go ahead and make an announcement video. Remember, tomorrow morning, 8 or 9 a.m. Eastern, Recovering Know-It-All is going live. If I'm able to be there, I'll be there. And if I'm not, he's planning on doing one in the mornings on Sundays, and he's talking about doing something on Wednesdays. Me too. Ganjuana, me too. I picture him in like a blue or almost suspiciously pink nightcap, or like turquoise blue. Dan, it was great to see you again. It's been a while. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. Just for future reference, the lives will still be Tuesday and I'm bald. Yeah, you'd still be bald wearing the shower cap. I don't know why you'd be wearing the shower cap. It's your shower. But I'll try to start them at 10 p.m. Eastern, somewhere between 10 and 11, as usual now. And Tumultuous Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Google Meet. You are welcome, Dingus. But thank you, guys. Cheers to you all. And a toast to Texas Piper Eddie for being a great friend, great member to the YTPC, and a big thank you to him. So, Eddie, if you see this, thank you for your samples. I'm immensely enjoying them, and immensely enjoyed them, and it's been a pleasure to use your gift during this live. That is so funny. See? I don't know what's funny about you, Dingus. You got the X factor, buddy. You got the gold stamp, the gold star, all that good stuff. But you guys have a wonderful night. Enjoy your weekend. Steve and Miss Kathy tomorrow. We got lives coming. We've got Jose's live should be on. Dingus's live. Should be a really nice day. So God bless you guys and take good care of yourselves. Don't let the picturing of Dingus in the shower or in the bathroom anywhere keep you up tonight. Be sure and get sleep. Yes, love's back. Great to smoke.